Welcome to Photoshop. Today we're going to be changing background. I'll talk a little bit about layers, file saving, implementing an effect on the picture. And so what you want to do is locate your picture. We're going to use the landscape picture. Go to open. And then we're going to file open our other picture, which is our sky, located here. And so you'll see that my windows are floating. This is essential if I want to move pictures around. So I'm already in the move section. This is something I want to call your attention to. It's called the move tool. So once I select the picture, I can hold the shift button down on the keyboard and just drag that picture over and drop it into my sky layer. So once I'm done with that, what I want to do is just close that other picture out to keep my work area clean. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to create a copy of the layers, so I'm working in a non-destructive mode. So I'm just going to click hold and drag up to that sheet, that first sheet of paper. What it does, it'll duplicate the layer. And I'm going to do the same thing for the background. And then I'm just going to change the visibility on it, because I won't be using it when I'm actually doing my edits. I want to remove the visibility. Other ways to create layers is to go to layer and duplicate your layer. So if you're having issues dragging up, you can use the layer and duplicate layer. So the next thing I'm going to do is select the actual layer that I'm working on, which is that layer 1 with the cattle. And I'm going to select my quick selection tool. Some people like to use the rectangular marquee, the lasso tool. Others like to use the eraser and erase stuff. I'm going to use the quick selection tool. It's set to 26 points, so if you're looking at that, you'll always get this option in terms of how the settings are and what you're using from a selection perspective. So at that point, it's just a matter of selecting the location. Give it a couple seconds to transform itself, and then go to edit and cut. And then you'll bring your other picture automatically comes in. You want to immediately go back to your move tool so you can move your stuff around. So if you want to move the clouds, you can move them so they look a little bit more natural to the picture itself. That looks okay from a settings perspective. And then you could go to effects and you could select the rain. This is if you want to add a little bit of lighting so it looks somewhat natural in the background, and give it a couple seconds while that thing transforms. And then you might see subtle differences there. If you don't like the setting, there's other options you can select here. You can even go into the drop down and select photo fading and other items. If you find that you don't like this, you can always use the undo arrow down here, or you could go to edit, undo, or you can hit Control Z. So there's several ways you can do that. So once you're done with this, all you have to do is go to File, Save As, select the name of your file, whatever it is that you're going to name it, because you're going to use this to upload into Canvas, and then you select Save. Thank you, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me.